Hello, welcome to the Robotics for Kids tutorial. My name is Emerike Adaeze. I'm a STEM education facilitator and I'll be your guide through this video. This session is about introduction to Scratch programming. Our objectives include to understand what Scratch is, to be able to download a Scratch offline editor, to install and run that editor in our laptops or desktops, and to get familiar with the Scratch user interface. So, what is Scratch? It is a graphical programming language that uses the drag and drop technique. It was developed by MIT Media Lab and it is for the young programmer. A graphical or visual programming language means that in Scratch, when you're coding or writing a program, you will use pictures or visual illustrations instead of the abstract way where you have to write everything originally from your head. In Scratch, those codes are already preset for you. All you need to do is to drag the one that matches the task you want to perform and drop it in the section where you need it. With Scratch, it is very easy for young people who are interested in becoming programmers to learn how to code. You can code games, create animations, interactive stories, and so much more. We'll get to learn about all of this in the subsequent videos. There are two ways you can use Scratch. It could be online or offline. In this tutorial, we'll be using Scratch offline, and it will require you to download the offline editor. So to download your offline Scratch editor, open your web browser and type in scratch.mit.edu/download. Select enter. It will bring out the Scratch download page. There are different versions here. You have the one for Windows, the Mac operating system for those using Apple, the Chrome OS, and the Android. I'll be going for the Windows. So there are two ways to get the Scratch editor here. It's either I go to the Microsoft store to download it, or I can download it directly from the site. I'll click on direct download and you can see over here it's downloading. It's 112 megabytes, so we'll just wait for this to round up. So while the download is ongoing, let's scroll down. Here you can see the older versions of Scratch, the 2.0 and the 1.4. I have the 2.0, but this updated version, the 3, has a more user-friendly interface and it has more updated sections. So the download is done. I'll click here to open the file. So here, only for me, I'll click on install. Okay, if you want the application to open immediately, you leave this section highlighted and then click on finish. Okay, yes, now this is what the Scratch interface version 3.4 looks like. During the installation, a shortcut was automatically created on the desktop. So all I have to do is click on it, double click, and then it opens up. Just taking some time. Okay, here. Now this is Scratch 3.0. This sprite here is automatic. Anytime you open up your Scratch application, this is always here. So we have three major sections. We have this by the left, here in the middle, and this by our right. On the left, we have the code sections, and these codes are arranged in sequence here with different colors to help you navigate easily. We have here, you can edit the costume of your sprite, and then we have here, you can add, delete, and edit sounds. So let me take you back to code. This section here in the middle is open for you to do your coding. You drag your block of code from here, and then here, this is where you edit your codes. You select, you can change the values, you can do whatever you like with your block of codes here to create a program. And then if they are irrelevant or not useful, just take them back here. And then this section here is where your characters actually display the output of the code you've written here in the middle. So here is an example. Let's assume we want this cat to say hello. So I'll write this code here and then run it, and the cat says hello. So that's how the three sections, this, and this works. So let me take this back. So over here, you can select several other sprites. Here we have a vast array of sprites depending on what you need them for. You can scroll all the way down. If you need letters, you can easily click on here. There are different types. If you're looking for food items, for fashion items, for food, sports, music, dance, fantasy, people, animals, whatever it is you need, whatever sprite you're looking for, come over to this section. We'll go back, and here we have a stage here. This white space you're looking at is the stage, and I can take this cat anywhere I want and leave it wherever I choose. So this stage is plain, but we can add a backdrop to it, like a design. Here you can click on this to search and choose a backdrop. You can decide to paint your own backdrop. If you want a surprise backdrop, the system will do that for you, and you can upload a backdrop you already have in your system. But let's search and choose. So these are different backdrops. We have a cat, so let's look for an indoor backdrop here. I think this works. And you can add more than one. You can go back, indoor, select this here. You have another backdrop here. If you, after you're done selecting sprites, let's take two more. We have two sprites. We have this one, and then let's take Abby as well. We have Abby too. If we no longer need a sprite, all we need to do is just click on here and it goes off. Click on here, this delete button here, and the sprite goes off. The same for the backdrops. You come over here, click on the backdrop, it deletes. Click on this backdrop and it deletes, and we're left with the original one. Let's talk about this. This symbol, if you click on it, it means that your block of codes should be executed in this area here, and then this is to stop the code once it is done, or in the middle, whenever you choose. This will increase the area for the coding, and then this will give you a full screen view to execute the code you've written. Let's take it back. Here you can start a new project, load a project from your computer, or save the project you're working on. Over here we have tutorials. You can select any one of them, imagine a world, go through them, and then try replicating what the tutorial says in your Scratch application. So people, get your offline editor and get ready to code.